morning, New York. Welcome to the 9 a.m. news. I'm your host, Imani Debose.
And I'm Tisdale.
And boy, do we have some news for you. On Sunday, Donald Trump promised to shut down the government unless Democrats in Congress support his border wall with Mexico. The wall is a very important tool in stopping drugs from pouring into our country and poisoning our youth. Mr. Trump said Monday on Twitter. Senate Democrat Chuck Schumer vowed to fight Trump's threats.
There was a racial attack towards a Hispanic woman who is a nationalized American citizen from El Salvador. The attack occurred at local Walmart in the city of Irving, Texas. Our correspondent Fernando Santos has the story.
A video circulating on social media has gone viral after a racist attack by a customer of a Walmart employee in Irving, Texas. Adela Vargas, a naturalized American citizen from El Salvador, was trying to help in Walmart's region center. The customer asked for a white person's assistance. The victim called the customer a racist and decided to record his reaction.
All of these foreigners are living off of us good, working white people.
Oh, yeah?
Y'all should go to your own countries and fix up your own country.
CNR student Belsi Morales responds to the Texas racial attack.
Coming from a Hispanic background, I truly felt offended that people said that. And I believe people don't have a right to say that because we all came here. Everyone should be treated the same.
A man on a United Airlines flight was forcibly removed from his seat on April 15th. The disturbing scene was captured on cell phone videos by airline passengers. The airline said in a statement that the flight was overbooked and no passengers agreed to voluntarily give up their seats. The man received head injuries as he was dragged out of his seat by police.
In international news, relations between North Korea and the United States grew increasingly intense this week as leaders of both countries made threats and demands. U.S. intelligence sources claim that North Korea will be able to nuke Seattle with a missile in 6 to 7 years. According to President Trump, people have put blindfolds for decades, and now it's time to solve the problem. Trump is hoping China can keep their ally from striking at Japan or South Korea, while he tries to negotiate the dismantling of North Korea's nuclear program.
In local news, Mayor Bill de Blasio announced on Monday that New York City would offer free, full-day preschool to all 3-year-olds within 4 years, saying that he was building on the success of the city's pre-kindergarten program for 4-year-olds. New York's program expects to serve 62,000 children a year. Mayor de Blasio claimed that New York City would need $700 million a year from the state and federal government to fund the program.
Now for some tech news. A number of small tech companies are working on creating a small personal flying car. According to Google co-founder Larry Page, the rapid growth in self-driving car technology has led investors to fund self-driving flying car companies. You like a flying car?
I would love a flying car.
That sounds dangerous.
In CNR news, the Media Arts Department at the College of New Rochelle went on a trip to the Bronx Zoo. Students learned about many different habitats of the animals. One of the most interesting habitats was located at the aquatic birdhouse. Good morning and welcome to CNR News. I'm your host, Imani Debose, and today we're going to be discussing the living conditions of the animals at the Bronx Zoo. Many people say they are terrible and simply horrendous. We talked to a person on scene and asked
in the bird section, the living conditions were actually really disgusting. There was feces everywhere on top of rocks. They were forced to live on top of them. They need to do better.
The seals are forced to swim aimlessly in circles. Many of the seals have been branded for unknown reasons. The flamingos are corralled into a corner of the zoo with very little water. Many birds in the zoo have small living conditions and are forced to live among their droppings. It is very sad to watch. Some people find it even heartbreaking. The polar bear enclosure has virtually no water or any. This has been your CNR News with Imani Debose.
Over there.
So we're here waiting to enter.
Of the sign when you came. I'm going to take you to a beautiful place called the Land of Rhinos. animals are very fierce and they attack their prey very fiercely. This is Harry David's deer.
They're just chilling.
No, that's not. These are young lions.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're young. They're
About
two
to
males.
chill.
They're two males,
He's shaking his booty.
I think these are the most beautiful animals in the world.
Wow. They're so pretty.
Yeah, you should zoom.
Last week, CNR students from the Media Arts Department took a trip to the Bronx Zoo. While roaming around, everyone saw different types of animals like a ring-tailed lemur, a red-ruffed lemur, a polar bear, and scarlet ibis.
I liked seeing all the animals, especially like the flamingos. I thought it was pretty cool the way they slept with their head down, their legs in the air.
One of the most interesting birds from the Bronx Zoo was found in the aquatic birdhouse. CNR students learned that there are 6 different species of flamingos remaining around the world. Although they are similar in basic ways, there are enough differences for them to each have their own category as well as name. During the winter months at the Bronx Zoo, flamingos are placed in a special area in which the floor is heated, and animal keepers are ready to give them all they need in order for them to survive during the winter. At the Brannon Zoo, students learned about the American Caribbean flamingo, which has the most bright and pink feathers of all species and is usually found in the Caribbean and North or South America. This is the only one of all species at the Brannon Zoo. The greater flamingo, which has light pink feathers, is found in Africa, India, and parts of France. The Chilean flamingo has gray legs with pink bands at the joints and is found in South America. The Andean flamingo has yellow legs and feet and red spots between the nostrils that range from the Andes Mountains of South America. Additionally, students learned about the James flamingo, which has black 5 feathers, and they are found in the Andes Mountains of South America, just like the Andean flamingo. And lastly, the lesser flamingo, which has black wings with red spots, and they range from the Sub-Sahara Africa, India, and Pakistan.
In other news, our CNR Blue Angels athletic department is fired up. Our women's volleyball team won their HVIC conference tournament. They will be playing in their spring season game next weekend. Good luck, Blue Angels. We know you'll play your best.
A number of students at CNR are upset. Who are these students, you may ask? It's the vegan students of CNR. They have written numerous complaints to the CAF directors about including more vegan meals, but to no avail. Will the vegans ever be able to be fed the food that they deserve?
It looks like more trouble is being stirred up at CNR, but it's not the vegans this time. It's the women's basketball team. The players are organizing a protest because they have yet to receive any gear besides their jerseys and shorts. The men's basketball team has sweats, sweaters, sneakers, backpacks, and t-shirts. In response, the women's basketball team has refused to play in any more games this season. What do you think?
I think there should be equal treatment for all parties.
Nice.
In CNR Media Arts, the department went out last Wednesday in search of raising awareness about Earth Day. In the search, students learned about the unknown recycling bin that is located at the side of the Gill Library. Catherine Casire and Fernando Santos have the story.
The College of Rochelle's compost bin helps reduce waste around campus. It additionally helps rebuild the campus's soil by giving students the knowledge they need in order to produce and use compost the right way. The compost bin at CNR is not as known as the other recycling bins. This special bin is located at the side of Gill Library. The compost bin in the college community helps grow gardens in order to have a greener campus.
Here's Chris Brannon.
Hi, my name is Chris Brannon. In sports, New York Yankees went to Pittsburgh to battle the Pittsburgh Pirates in a 3-game series. Friday night, the Yankees lost their first game of the series, 6-3. CC Sabathia was a losing pitcher. In the second game of the series, the Yankees came back after being down 0-3 to win the game 11-5. The winning pitcher was Dellin Betances. In the final game of the series, the Yankees lost 2-1. The Yankees ended the game with the bases loaded. The losing pitcher was rookie Montgomery. In other sports news, tonight is 2 NBA playoff games between the Hawks and the Wizards. The series is tied 2-2. The game starts at 6 p.m. Eastern. The later game is between the Boston Celtics and the Chicago Bulls. The series is also tied 2-2, with Boston being the home team tonight. And that's all for CNR Sports News. Chris Brannon.
And now for weather, here's our meteorologist, Zoe Leid.
In this week's weather, everyone should grab their boots because we're expecting high chances of storms. As you can see in the northern hemisphere, it's partially cloudy with a chance of rain, but you know what they say, April showers bring May flowers.
Finally, in weed news, correspondent Alex C. has a report on all the 420.
April 20th, or 420, is a marijuana holiday that is celebrated every year by habitual smokers. The tradition began in 1971 when 5 California teenagers would get together at their high school at 420 to smoke weed. They used 420 as code for smoking, and they became known as the Waldos. The submersion of 420 into popular culture spread when a band member of the Grateful Dead began using the reference, and when in 1991, a group of Deadheads began printing flyers inviting people to smoke on 420 at 420. The High Times magazine reprinted the flyer, helping the weed reference become mainstream. The College of New Rochelle in New York, a state where medical marijuana is legal but recreational use is illegal, encouraged its students not to participate. A meeting was held the previous week where all athletes and student government participants gathered for an hour-long lecture on the effects of marijuana use. As pot becomes increasingly legalized nationwide, the college wanted to establish that marijuana is still illegal for recreational use in New York.
This has been your CNR News. I'm your host, Imani Debose.
And I'm Jack Tisdale.
Signing off. Have a good one.
Watch it go on.